enemies find out who I am. People I love get hurt. Can I trust you?
What's happening, y'all? It's IC. Y'all already know what it is. Back with another YouTube video. This time, we are here for the Spider-Man Lotus movie review. Now, before we start with this, let me just go ahead and get this out of the way. Yes, I am black. No, I do not care about the controversy surrounding the movie. Don't care about the messages whatsoever. Oh boy. I gotta say though, those messages were really something. I'm sorry to say, but at this point, I've already moved on from Peter Parker. Sorry to say, I've already moved on, especially after the glorious Spider-Verse movies that Sony has been blessing us these days. I pretty much just embrace Miles at this point as my new Spider-Man. Peter Parker, they got this dude on some funny shit, bruh. He's getting cucked in the comics by a dude named Paul, constantly getting clapped by all his villains. We even got Tom Holland in the MCU who's trying to make Spider-Man bisexual. And nothing wrong with that. Just because, like I said, white people, y'all got that, all right? Y'all got that. That's y'all's now. Plus, I'm not even surprised that Tom Holland wants Spider-Man to be messing around with other orchas. Get into this review. Let me just say this again before I get into it. I do not care about the messages. They were 10 years old. It was a long time ago. They matured. You shouldn't judge somebody for their past. Yada, 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 etc., 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 etc. With that being said, is this film good? No. This film is not good at all. Impressive, I will say that, especially for a fan film. Actually, probably the most ambitious work I've seen yet. Just start off by saying this. Before you go into this movie, please heed the words that I'm about to tell you. This is not a Spider-Man movie. This is a Peter Parker movie. Let me say that again. Let me just run that back for you. This is not a Spider-Man movie as much as it is a Peter Parker movie. Because in this movie, we see 95% Peter Parker, 5% Spider-Man. Actually, no, it's probably even less than that. And you know what? That's actually not a bad thing. It's actually the first time in years that I've seen a director go this route for a Spider-Man story. It'd be really impactful if done right. But, yeah, no. So let's start off with the good, right? Cinematography is very impressive, especially for a fan film. Camera work, I mean, they knocked it out of the park. A lot of the shots they used, the landscaping effects, there were a lot of like wide-angled shots. I was like, wow, that actually looks impressive. There was definitely heart put into this. I gotta give credit where credit is due. This genuinely feels like a theater cinematic experience movie. The acting, the acting is, when there's actually emotion put into it, the acting it captures the moment beautifully. But I gotta say, given most of the acting we've seen in this movie, that's not saying much. There's this pretty well-shot scene visually at the beginning when he's fighting the Shocker. Like shooting webs and everything. There were points during that fight where the CGI looked pretty damn decent. Now, I've said the good, gave it its props, I gave it its credit. Now, let's get to what I don't like about the movie. You remember how I said that this movie is 95% Peter Parker and 5% Spider-Man? I say that, I really do mean that when I say that, okay? This movie was boring. Holy fuck. It was so boring. action sequences I told you about, there were only two. Those, right? Or at least there were only two major action scenes in the movie. Those were at the beginning with the shocker and in the middle with the goblin. A few short montages with a little bit of fighting, but those are mainly in flashbacks. God damn, there are so many flashbacks in this movie. The movie's like 80% filler. I'm not fucking with you. It is. Just for context, this movie is 2 hours long. I'm not kidding when I say this, right? We tried to watch this on Twitch. You can go see for yourself, twitch.tv.com/highchd. I kept drifting off. I kept falling asleep. I literally had to stop on Twitch. I had to stop the stream because I kept fucking falling asleep because nothing was happening. I don't fall asleep during movies ever. But god damn, I get it. Oh my god, I see. You know, the budget was low. Shouldn't just be concerned with the action. Be invested in the story, right? Because y'all was spouting the same shit back when Dune came out. Don't focus on the action too much, just focus on the story. But I digress. And I was looking at the live chat in some parts of the movie, and people were like, yo, when does the action start? I know I can't be the only one who feels like they got completely clickbaited by the trailers, thinking there was more action in the movie than it actually was. Because holy fuck, you really do feel the runtime in this movie. Well, let's get to the cast. Let's get to the cast, bruh. And this is where I gotta give a little bit of a PSA to all the homies out there. The women in this movie just prove how much the cosmetic industry and the makeup industry are completely carrying this female generation. They are. It is what it is. I'm looking at Gwen. Reminder, I came from Spider-Man 3, right? Dallas Howard made a well-done Gwen Stacy. Charming, she was likable, very sweet. Emma Stone, right? Just had a sort of quirkiness to her, a sort of spunk to her. She fit her character in the universe pretty well. She wasn't like a Mary Sue or anything. Point is, both Gwens from those universes had that sort of natural beauty to them, right? Look at Gwen in Spider-Man Lotus, and I'm like, what the fuck? No disrespect to the actor or anything, but damn, she does not make a good Gwen Stacy at all, bro. She doesn't. Jay was alright, but they kind of made both of the female characters very emo for some reason. They kind of made this feel like a melodrama more than anything else, really. And I'm just like, yo, if I wanted to watch drama, I'll just go watch Riverdale, or I'll go watch fucking what's that other fucking crappy drama they have, Jane the Virgin or some shit. As I said, with Gwen and MJ, it's just like y'all have so much potential when it comes to looks. Y'all just take the makeup palette and just go. And when it comes to the guys in this film, right? You have Peter, Harry Osborn, and Flash Thompson. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm sorry, but they all just give me Clan vibes. I know I said I wasn't gonna go there, but I'm gonna go there. Bruh, y'all look like Klansmen. I'm just saying. No shade, no disrespect. It is what it is. Now looking back, seeing those messages, I wasn't even shocked, bruh. I wasn't even shocked. Acting, most of the acting is D tier, downgrade, abysmal. A lot of delayed reactions. A lot of the facial expressions just didn't line up. Flash Thompson, he ain't got no riz, bruh. This is why I tell y'all this is some white people shit. So they have this scene where Flash tries to riz up MJ on a balcony. He shows up at the door and he's like, hey, I didn't know you were up here. I can leave you alone if you want. She just doesn't say anything, right? Just completely ignores him.
I I can leave you alone if you want. I didn't mean to bother you.
What?
He's just standing there waiting for a response. I guess he just couldn't resist the ginger gina, bruh. I guess he just couldn't resist it. Because literally like 10 seconds later, he just walks up to her and tries to talk to her anyway. I'm like, bro, what is this scene, bruh? And while I'm watching this, the comment section is just full of degenerates, man. They're calling black people monkeys. They're making Hispanic jokes about Blue Beetle. Once again, there's nothing to do with the movie. Like I said, just thought that was worth pointing out. Pacing was weird, I gotta say. This scene where he was hanging out with this kid, and it was a very heartfelt scene, right? Because the kid has cancer, he's dying or whatnot. This kid is such a big fan of Spider-Man that he goes to all of his crime scenes and collects like all of the old web cartridges. I think that was a reference to like an older story in the past. And it's very wholesome because he shows Peter, he's like, yeah, I collect these because I'm such a big fan of you. It's very wholesome. Problem is the scene starts to drag and drag and drag and drag and drag. They start playing video games and they start talking shop. I'm like, bruh, I didn't come for this shit. Just to remind y'all, all of this is happening while he's still in costume. I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you spending so much time at this kid's house? Like, you like kids or something? Like, I'm not even gonna go there, man. I say one criticism that I do have for this movie is lack of diversity. I did not see one black person in this movie. Not one. I don't know, y'all say there's no racism. Say there's no racism present. I could have sworn I saw people with white cloaks just in the background talking shop. I could have sworn I saw a cross with a bunch of logs around it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
I'm sorry for not saving you.
Hey, like the way Spider-Man was holding up his arm in one of the shots. I don't know, it looked real familiar. Maybe it's just me. I feel like there's some subliminal messaging here. I don't know. I'm starting, maybe I'm just seeing things that aren't there, but y'all will have to forgive me, all right? Overall, I gotta say, even though this movie wasn't the best, I will say it's very clear that the people who made this are Spider-Man fans at their core. A lot of references to the games and the movies, except for Spider-Verse. I don't think that's a coincidence. Here's the thing. I feel like these fan films are starting to pave the way for something bigger. These fan films are getting better and better, at least visually, right? Imagine if this film had just a little bit more action. This was filmed slightly better in terms of direction. It would have been a goated Spider-Man movie. Like, the budget is $100K. It doesn't even really look that far off from, say, like a CW show. And that's a full-ass production studio. We criticize Marvel and DC for ruining characters and in these movies. These guys, I think, have shown us that maybe we can make our own stories. Fuck the MCU. Fuck the DCU. We can create our own universes. All this film really needed was a tune-up in the acting and more action. That's pretty much it. I wouldn't mind seeing like an extended cut with some extra well-directed action scenes. I wouldn't mind that. I said, I know they wanted to focus on the story, but at the end of the day, Spider-Man is still a superhero, and he needs to be doing superhero things. Cooped up in some kid's house, playing video games for an hour straight while there's crime in progress. Final swing, you know, it's alright. It's ambitious, impressive in some ways, but this just didn't quite hit the mark, unfortunately. I said, white folks, Peter Parker fans, this was made for y'all. Because I'm already moved on. I'm with Miles at this point. You guys can have this and Tom Holland's bisexual Spider-Man. Go ahead, and I'm gonna go ahead and just say my goodbyes and keep it moving. Anyways, y'all, that's gonna be it for the video. Be sure to put your thoughts down in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. I know a lot of y'all didn't even, especially the people who watch me, y'all didn't even really watch this movie. But let me know what y'all think. If you did watch the movie, if you disagree with anything, agree, disagree, put your thoughts in the comment section. Twitch, second channel, link in the description. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Whew. Miles Morales fans, stay eating. I feel for y'all Peter Parker fans, bruh. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.